So here we are with our cover of the trip. So this trip will be in April. The dates will be from April 9th to April 16th of the next year, of course. And just a few words about who we are. So this is me and my business partner, Anna. And let me move you, I don't know where. Okay. And so we are the founders and owners of Beautiful Liguria, Northern Italy, which is a boutique travel company which we founded about 11 years ago now. And our aim from the very beginning has been that of bringing people a little bit, let's say, under the touristic surface, a little bit behind the scenes, far from mass tourism, off the beaten path. And that's why we really don't want to cover all of Italy, because you know that Italy is a sort of maze of biodiversity. So each corner, each region of Italy is different, and you really have to be local to be able to make guest travel this way. And that's why we only cover that portion of Italy where we can guarantee a deep level of personal knowledge, because we are local and we usually personally select, choose, and many times create from the scratch all what we propose. So we are used to work mostly with the clients from North America, and we do a lot of tailor-made tours. For us, attention to details, it's really important, and the possibility to listen to your needs and to really create and sew on your wishes the trips that we create. Beside that, so beside the quality, the authenticity that we try to propose, even the sustainability for us is very important, because doing what we do, so working with small producers, small local people, entrepreneurs, or normal people who excel at what they do, we really try to support their local business and to help them to carry on family traditions and so on. We try not to work with places or suppliers where you can find like a big bus parked in front, those kind of more industrial touristic stuff. So this is our approach. But very quickly, so we have conceived this journey, which will be a very like a small group, and to give a more intimate feeling and to make you able to discover things that are not possible, is not possible to see with big buses or so on. So it will be a small group, so hurry up because the places are limited. So there will be a minimum of 8, maximum of 12 participants, plus Carlo, who will be with you all the time, of course. Just to give you a little bit of a geographical introduction, which is always so important, in my opinion. I'm definitely a map woman. So looking at the boot, we are here in the northwestern side of Italy, in this tight and long stripe of land, which practically goes from here. We have France. So the French Riviera, Nice, Menton, Cannes, and so on. And here we have Tuscany. So Liguria is a sort of link in between France and Tuscany, and we are about 1.5 hours from Milan, which is here in the center of northern Italy. We are on north of Liguria. There is Piemonte. Maybe many of you know Piemonte with truffles, Barolo wine, and so on. But let's come to zoom to on the Liguria region, which goes from west to east. So here, this is the homeland of some very popular, famous destinations such as Portofino and Cinque Terre, which are here, but we won't go there because we want to make you discover part that are really untapped and are as well beautiful, but with half the crowds, and where you will feel really much more unique, like you will feel like having discovered something special. And this is the reaction that we often have from our guests visiting Genoa, which will be your first stop. This is the place where the trip will start. Genoa is a beautiful, ancient medieval town, is known also as a port. It's the largest port in the Mediterranean, but it has also the largest medieval historical center in Europe after Venice. So it's really an unexpected destination, which will surprise you for its authenticity, because fortunately Genoa is not so. It's growing. The popularity of Genoa is growing, but is not so famous yet. So it is not a Disneyland like maybe some areas of Florence and Venice, even in Florence and Venice there are hidden sites, but Genoa is all authentic. And then the other stay will be in Alassio. So you will explore, basically this trip will go along the western side of the Riviera, which we call Riviera di Ponente, okay, which means the Riviera towards the sunset, let's say. And yeah, so we will spend 3 nights in Genoa and 4 nights in Alassio, which is a beautiful seaside destination. Regarding the accommodations in Genoa, both of them are 5 star hotels. So these are really, really beautiful accommodations, and there is a sort of fil rouge in between them, which is this sort of Belle Epoque style. Both of these hotels were built by the end of the 18th century. So there is this sort of Belle Epoque style. This is the main stair of the Grand Hotel Bristol Palace in Genoa, with this glass ceiling, very nice, very fascinating. And the hotel is very conveniently located in the very center of the town, so it is very convenient to reach the train station, the airport, and also to walk to restaurants, shops, and whatever is within walking distance. And then the Grand Hotel Alassio, I think with this picture doesn't need any further presentation. So it's a historical hotel right on the beach, which is really a beautiful beach, and it also has a sort of like here gazebo, verandas where you can relax on the beach. And of course, in April there will not be all these umbrellas, so it will be even more exclusive for you. And this is an historical hotel which has been completely renovated. I would say like 5 years ago. And I believe, this is my opinion, but I believe this is the real reinterpretation of the Italian dolce vita style, and which is the reason why Portofino is famous. But now in Portofino, there are also cruise ships and so on. So it's much more crowded. Here is more special, more exclusive. And the hotel, by the way, also has a beautiful spa, very big one, which use the seawater. So a lot of healthy properties and so on, and you have the possibility to relax also here. So we will have these beautiful sea view rooms, and there are restaurants and so on. It's really a nice location, and the village is very nice too, with a lot of restaurants, old narrow alleys, boutiques, and so on. So the first day will be in Genoa. So we will gather in Genoa at the hotel. And after the check-in in the evening, we will have a welcome dinner nearby. So everybody will be able to know the other participant to the trip. I start with some logistic notes. So in this trip, we preferred to leave free the arrival transfer and also the departure transfer, so that if any of you plan to extend with a pre-trip or post, by the way, we are available to help you, to assist you with this too. And we can help to arrange also arrival transfers, but it depends from where you will or where you will fly to. But we will go over this at the end. The first day will be dedicated to discovering Genoa. So you will discover, let's say, two sides of the town. In the morning, you will visit the historical center of Genoa, which is, I show in the next picture, is a town of contrast, because you have these beautiful painted palaces decorated with bright colors, and most of which date back to the Renaissance time, and side to side with this medieval part of the historical center with narrow alleys, which are still so authentic. You see, with the laundry, with many, many beautiful historical food shops, for example, artisan shops. We have a beautiful covered food market. And these are places where we actually go shopping. So these are not fake places for tourists. You won't find souvenir shops and so on, but all real, all real. And then you will have lunch in one very special place in Genoa, where they do the famous farinata made with a chickpea flour. Long history about chickpeas and the difficulty of breeding of cultivating wheat in Liguria due to the steep land, and so mostly chickpea flour and chestnut flour, but we will learn more during the trip for sure. And you will see this place with a huge wooden oven where they cook the farinata in front of you, and also other local specialties, pasta with pesto, vegetable pies, and many fried anchovies, and many other delicious local recipes, but very, very local, I can guarantee that. In the afternoon, you will go to this beautiful village, which is not Cinque Terre. It looks like one of the Cinque Terre villages, but this is a neighborhood which is actually into the town, but has preserved its authentic face, let's say. And the name is Boccadazze. So this is the ideal place to have a walk, relax, have a gelato. Carlo was talking about a place for having a cone of fritto misto and so on. So this is another beautiful and hidden corner of the town. Then the day after, you will check out from Genoa and drive towards the west coast, as we have seen on the map here. So drive along the highway here. And during along the way, you will stop midway in Savona, which is the town where Carlo lives, by the way. So who better than him can guide you through the secrets of Savona. Savona is really an untapped destination, not discovered by tourism yet at all, even for the Italians. Most of the Italians don't know Savona, but it has some secrets. It has beautiful, nice port with medieval towers, and it has one, Sistine Chapel. Carlo will tell you more about this. There is a Sistine Chapel in Savona. Here again, you will try some local tastes. Another, sorry, somebody has to mute. Okay. And another kind of farinata, which is the white farinata, which is not made with the chickpea flour, but with wheat. So it's different tradition in just a few kilometers. And then in the evening, you will arrive in Alassio, in that beautiful Grand Hotel Alassio on the beach. The day after will be dedicated to visiting Alassio and the surroundings. So the West Riviera, the West Liguria is has always been famous also among the European aristocracy during the last couple of centuries. And also thanks to its mild climate. So many aristocrats came here from UK and also from Russia and built those beautiful villas planting tropical gardens because they discovered that for example, for the Englishmen, the plants they were used to see in the colonies, they brought the seeds and they grew so well in Liguria. So we have these beautiful botanical gardens like the ones of Villa della Pergola in Alassio, which recently entered into the Royal Horticultural Societies, which is like a club of the top level gardens in the world. In Alassio, you will also discover a special cookie, which is the baci di Alassio, so kisses of Alassio, similar to the baci di Dama. Maybe somebody have heard about baci di Dama, but these are a little bit different. So we will go and do a special tasting in this pastry shop, this famous pastry shop, Balzola Pastry Shop, and it will be also possible in small groups because it's a very tiny place to visit the laboratory of the pastry shop. And then you will go to Cervo. Cervo is this beautiful village perched on the coast. So you have the sea in front of you and is dominated by this special Baroque church, which has a curved facade, which is famous for the acoustic. So in summer here they do concert of classical music. It's very famous and very picturesque. The day after, you will continue your exploration of this untapped part of Liguria, discovering the town of Albenga, which is a small town close to Alassio. It's about 20 minutes from Alassio, and it has a very impressive medieval historical center, again, with medieval towers and also Roman ruins and a beautiful Paleo-Christian baptistry, which is really something unique. This is also an area very good for agriculture due to the climate. And we will visit a local family-run farm, organic farm, which is a female-run activity. They produce wine. They produce also aromatic herbs, which play such an important role in the Ligurian cuisine, because you will discover that the Ligurian cuisine is mostly vegetarian, very healthy indeed. So it's all about herbs, about olive oil, just a few meat, small fishes, a lot of delicious the pasta dishes, all stuffed with herbs, just a few, really a few meat. And you will learn some of these traditional recipes during a hands-on cooking class, followed by a lunch. So if somebody prefers not to cook, they can just enjoy a glass of wine and then enjoy the lunch. It will be a very familiar, authentic, and nice atmosphere. Then the day after, you will discover, let's say, the gold liquid of the Italian Riviera, which is the extra virgin olive oil. You will go inland imagine those hills, rolling hills, completely covered with olive trees. So you have this silver color all around you. And you will reach this hilltop village without any like new constructions, all ancient buildings, and visit uh, Adriano and Cristina. They run a excellent olive oil mill, and they produce olive oils and olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. The area is famous for those small, usually black olives, very tasty, which name is Oliva Taggiasca. And this is the father, Christina's father, who, like, I was impressed that I took this photo because, like a sort of mandala, he was taking off the stone from every olive one by one by hand. So it's still like another world, like stepping back in time. You will visit the olive groves, you will visit the oil mill, and you will have a very special lunch in their house, made by Christina, made by Christina's mother, so with a very traditional recipes. It will be really a very authentic experience. If you like to get in touch with local people, they are a delicious couple, in my opinion. The next day, you will leave Alassio and go back towards Genoa. But along the way, you will discover two other jewels and another flavor of the Italian Riviera. So you will visit the town of Finalborgo, which is a town still completely surrounded by walls and dominated by two castles. And then you will visit here, Alessandro. He is a producer of chinotto. Chinotto is a sort of citrus, like orange, but small one, and is green, is not orange, and is a slow food presidia. Maybe some of you have heard about this slow food movement. So there is a long tradition again, and it's very interesting because this citrus could be preserved in the seawater. So they started to bring it on the ships when the fridge didn't exist, the refrigerator didn't exist, because they could preserve it in the seawater, and it was a very important source of vitamins, of course. So a lot of stories. We always look for people with a story to tell and places with a soul in a certain way. And then you will also visit Noli here, which is another beautiful village. Let's imagine a sort of a San Gimignano on the beach, so with towers and with the boats on the beach, super interesting. In the end, at the end of the day, we will arrive in Genoa and go again to the Hotel Bristol and finish the day and the trip with a farewell dinner. And then we will leave the day after. And again, here we can, it is very easy to reach by taxi the train station or the airport. The airport in Genoa is practically into the town. And so you are free to leave, and or we can arrange for you your transfers. A little bit of logistics. So the nearest airports are Genoa, where you can fly through connecting flights from Frankfurt, Munich, Paris, London, many airports, or Milan. In Milan, you can land in Milan Malpensa, where you can land with intercontinental flights, so direct flights for many of you probably, and then you can take a train to Genoa, or we can organize a transfer. For example, if there are some of you landing in Malpensa, you can also share a transfer together. Okay, so these are the logistics. Coming to the prices. So the price per person for this trip in euros is 3,490 euros for a shared rooms that can be double with a double bed or two separate beds as you prefer, if you want to travel with a friend, mother and daughter, or whatever combination. Or there is a supplement for a private room for one person, which will be not a single small room, but a double room only for one person. As I said at the beginning, the group will be minimum 8, maximum 10 people. And for the payments, it's very easy. We ask for 500 euros deposit to block your place, to secure your place. And then the final payment is due by January 31st. The payment is very easy, can be done with a pay by link. So we will send a link to pay with a credit card. There are no additional credit card fees, and you don't need to share your credit card data because you can insert this in this secure payment system. We use, by the way, Flywire, which is an American system, so it's very secure for you and also known by the American banks. And so this makes the process very, very fluid, very, very easy. Then I will share with you here we have all the inclusions and not what is included and what is not included. Anyway, most of the things are included: transportation, hotel, all the visit guides, experiences, many of lunches, all the breakfast, many lunches, some dinners, and so on. And what you have to take care of are the flights, which are not included, the arrival and departure transfers, which we can help with. And then the travel insurance. This is very important. We really recommend buying a travel insurance. Is better to buy there in US, because since you are American, it's more difficult for us to give you the insurance. I can suggest you companies or give you some links, no problem, or you can do it yourself. Some important notes. This is a trip which is not very suitable for people with mobility issues, because Liguria, it's all up and downs. So also, for example, Genoa, it's a large town, but the historical center is mostly pedestrian with narrow alleys, so you can go by taxi into the historical center. So it is really important to be able to walk a little bit, to stand, and so on. And of course, it is important to wear very comfortable dresses, no need for formal dresses, and to communicate us in case you have any food allergies or restriction, we can adapt everything. And then I finish just with this information. If you need any information or booking, or you want to book, you can write to our booking email, booking@beautifulliguria.com, or we will send you, also Francesca, I think, will send you a link to the subscription form, so that you can immediately go through it and fill the form asking, I want a double room, single room, whatever, with all the information we need to know. And yeah, so this is what I had to say. Now I have to find the way to stop sharing my screen. And yeah, so if you have any question or any request, I'm here to answer. Sorry,